it is time for my wrap-up. And yes, it is a little late because this is already, what? June 9th? But here it is nonetheless. Looking back, I realized I didn't get a whole lot done in the month of May. At least not reading-wise. Here we go anyway. So apparently I only read a total of 4 books during the month of May. It was also apparently the month of the advanced reading copy. I read 3 advanced reading copies this month, the first of which was Spelled by Betsy Shao, which was a wonderfully unique and delicious retelling of The Wizard of Oz. Sort of, kind of a retelling. It was really fun and interesting, and best of all, full of corny jokes. So, I loved that one. It got 3 out of 5 stars, and you can see my review either in the video, that the link is somewhere floating around here, or on my blog, which that link is down below. I also read The Truth According to Us by Annie Barrows, which is a historical fiction from the co-author of the Guernsey Literary and Potato Peel Pie Society. What more do you need to know? It got 3 out of 5 stars for reasons that you can find out by watching or reading my review. Again, link for the video is in the video, and the link for the blog post is down below. I'm pretty good at that, yeah? Link in the video and down below. Link in the video down below. I don't know, I'm insane. I also read an advanced reading copy of Enemies and Endings by Shelby Bach, book 4 of the Ever After series, which you guys have already heard me just spill on so much and talk about a whole lot, so I will try not to talk a whole ton about it right here. It's coming out in June 30th, so I mean like 2 weeks, guys. You are so close to reading this epic finale. It's really, really good. Really, really good. 5 out of 5 stars to Shelby Bach. Not only for the final book, but for the entire series, because every one of her books got 5 out of 5 stars from me. That just tells you how much I like them. For you Ever After fans, to celebrate the release of this final book in 2 weeks, I will be having a week-long fan participation blog party on my blog leading up to the release date. So it starts on the 23rd and it ends on the 30th, and there's cool stuff that you guys can participate in. It's gonna be interactive, we're gonna have lots of fun stuff, and I'm doing a really awesome giveaway, which is like super ridiculously cool and awesome, but I can't tell you about it yet because it's not ready. Okay, so if you want to know more about that, just go over to my blog. I have like a banner and a blog post explaining it all, so that link is going to be down below if you want to know more. Ever After's blog party, June 23rd to 30th, on my blog, amandakthompson.blogspot.com. Seriously, it's gonna rock. Yeah! I also read the graphic novel Seekers of the Weird, which is a Disney comic through Marvel, because you know, Disney now owns Marvel, and it was freaking awesome. It was 5 out of 5 stars. I do not have it here to show it off to you. I know that it's somewhere in this house, but my sister is currently reading it. I know my dad is gonna read it because he's also a Disney fanatic, but I couldn't find it for the purpose of this video. But I will be reviewing that one next week, so I can show off like a cool like art and stuff and how much I absolutely adored it. But 5 out of 5 stars. It was awesome. It's a graphic novel, in case you didn't catch that by the Disney Marvel mashup mentions. Okay, moving on. Part of the reason that I didn't read as many books last month is because I usually listen to audiobooks, and that counts for like half of the books that I read during the month, but I started a couple of different audiobooks throughout May, and I just couldn't get into any of them. The God Engines by John Scalzi, which I think was more just about me not being in the right mood, because I was just coming off of John Scalzi's Fuzzy Nation, which was just hilarious, and I loved the characters, and it was snarky, and it was funny, and it was kind of light on the sci-fi. The God Engines is not light on the sci-fi, it's more serious, more sci-fi-y, and so I couldn't get into it because I was not mentally prepared for such a sudden shift by the same author. I will be trying that story again because it sounded very interesting. I kept falling asleep through it. I don't know why. I think I was really tired last month for some reason. I also started The Magician's Lie by Greer McAllister. This book was on my most anticipated book releases of this year, and so I picked it up on audio, and for some reason I couldn't get into it. I'm not sure yet whether it was the story itself or whether I just didn't like listening to it and I would have better luck reading it, but I couldn't get into it. Didn't really care yet what happened about 2 discs in, so I stopped. And I got something else instead. So I'll probably go back to that one just because it was on my most anticipated reads of 2015 list, but not at this moment. Not at this moment. Okay, other than those book reviews that I did. I also blogged a couple of Top 10 Tuesdays, which is a book meme put on by The Brook and the Bookish, and one of the memes was basically choose your own top 10, which I loved. So I chose my top 10 tween books because, you know, there's middle grade books and there's YA books and not a whole lot like in between. So that was for the in-betweeners, you know, the 13, 14-year-olds, and what I think they would really enjoy. There's great picks on there for both girls and boys. Books that I think all of them could read, and some of them that, you know, girls are more likely to read and boys are more likely to read, but hey, I read all of them, so they're good for ya. I also did my top 10 beach reads, and after looking up exactly what a beach read was, I think I picked some pretty darn good ones. So if you're looking for something for your beach bag this summer, go check out my top 10 beach reads. Those links are also listed down below. So now for the non-reading book related stuff. I just got an acceptance for my second short story in a magazine, The Curious Concoctions of Thornton Thoreau, which is probably my personal favorite of all of the short stories that I've ever written. It's my favorite. I'm so excited. It's going to be published in the October 2015 edition of Bards and Sages Quarterly, which is the same magazine that published my story To Slay a Dragon back in 2013. Also the October issue, so I mean, like, coincidence, eh? So I'm very excited about that. Again, it's going to be released in October. If you guys want to pick it up, totally check it out. I would not, like, try to convince you otherwise because, you know, my awesome short story is in there. So I'm very excited about that. This is my second short story that I've published, and I'm very, very happy about it. Now, one of the reasons that I didn't read as much this last month is because I was spending a lot of time working on my book. I have a lot of loose threads in there, timeline confusion, and just all around it needs a whole ton of tightening just in the novel itself. And so I've been working a lot on that, and you know what? It's getting better, it's getting closer, it's getting closer to ready. It's not ready yet, but we're getting there, and I'm so excited. And I've had my nose to the grindstone all of last month, and I still do, and I'm just very happy that I'm starting to work on it very seriously again. So for those of you who are writing and struggling with your writing, you know what, just do it. Just stick with it. Don't think about like how much work you have to do, because that's what I was doing. I was thinking about all the work that I had to do and just getting overwhelmed by it. Just pick a small thing to start with, work on it, get it done, pick the next small thing to start with, preferably in a good order to get you published sooner. Okay, so that is my writing advice for this month. More writing advice. I discovered an incredibly awesome playlist of videos here on YouTube from BYU English, and I will link that down below because it is the lectures for their English class taught by Brandon Sanderson, and so I feel like I have struck gold here, and I am totally willing to share the wealth. I've only watched one of the videos so far, but it was really, really helpful, and gleaning all of the good information that we can from Brandon Sanderson about writing. Go check it out. Seriously, it's freaking awesome. So that's what I read, that's what I did, that's what I blogged all of last month. Now for what I'm doing right now. I'm trying to save the television show Battle Creek because it was awesome and I loved it, and it had interesting characters and great character development and great character interaction, and basically everything that I love about like books that I love was in this television show, and it got canceled after the first season, and so I'm on the Save Battle Creek bandwagon, and hey, if you're interested, I can get you links, I can get you into groups, I can invite you to Twitter parties. We're trying to do it all, so let me know. Also, I am currently reading Lois Lane Fallout by Gwenda Bond. I've only recently started this. Not sure yet how much I like it, just because I'm having a hard time getting into it. I don't know, I'm just having a little, like, not loving it issues, but the story itself is good. There's nothing against the book, that's just about me personally, because I'm not huge into Superman, basically. Yeah. I am currently listening to Flunked by Jen Colonita. I'm enjoying it so far. I'm not very far into it, but I'm enjoying it so far, and basically what it is that the evil villains from all of your fairy tales, like Cinderella's stepmother and Snow White's stepmother, and basically all of the bad guys have started a fairy tale reform school, and they're trying to turn bad kids into good kids. Or, more accurately, potential villains into heroes. It's really interesting so far. I am also currently reading another advanced reading copy, All New World by Liz Braswell, which is a twisted tale. This is a Disney publication. It is what would have happened in Aladdin if Jafar had gotten the lamp first. So if Jafar had the genie at the beginning of the story, what would happen. And so far it's really interesting. I'm about 75% done with it, so I'm really close to finishing it, and so far I'm enjoying it. It is way, way different than Aladdin. I've seen a lot of negative reviews about it. Just today, actually, I was looking those up, and a lot of people did not like it because it is so different, and there's not a whole lot of similarities, but that's what I find so interesting about it. So I'm gonna have a review of that as soon as I finish it up. But so far it's interesting. And I'll let you know how it all turns out. Okay, so that is it for me for my May wrap up. That's everything that I've been up to. Let me know what you guys are up to. Reading, writing, blogging, whatever. Let me know. This is me trying to be more social. The jazz hand thing was a little much, wasn't it? All right, I will see you all next week.